Welcome to my World History Notes, where I read from the book that I wrote to teach homeschoolers. A Bible Believer Looks at World History. You can find that on lulu.com, amazon.com, or the Bible Baptist Bookstore. Or you can just follow me here. Today, we're going to talk about some events in Africa and the Middle East, a couple other mentions, and then we'll move back to Rome. We'll keep going, building from there. So uh, just just please, you don't have to agree with my conclusions, but you should know about the topics I discuss and the places. I mean, you should have an idea how people can even discuss history and not even know anything about it. And I'm not saying I'm an expert. I'm not even a scholar. Okay. I'm just a regular person who happens to love history. So I'm just kind of relaying this to you, and I hope that you'll go and do some digging too. Now, to Africa, where bordered by the first cataract of the Nile and the sixth cataract, there was the country of Nubia. A cataract is a large waterfall. It extended then from around the Nile town of Elephantine southward to just above Khartoum, Sudan. Throughout much of history, it was dominated by Egypt, but when internal troubles kept Egypt within its borders, Nubia flourished. Modern people in southern Egypt and the Sudan still refer to themselves as Nubian and even speak Nubian. By 800 BC, Egypt had fragmented into rival states. In 747 BC, the city of Thebes in southern Egypt was threatened by northerners, and the Egyptians called upon the Nubian king for protection. The Kushite king, Pai, marched north from his capital at Napata, rescued Thebes, and reunified Egypt. For the next 100 years, Kushite kings ruled both Nubia and Egypt. This era was brought to a close by the invasion of the Assyrian armies in 663 BC, and the Nubian king fled south to his capital at Napata. By 200 BC, the capital had shifted yet further south to Meroe, where the kings continued to be buried in pyramid tombs and to build temples to Nubian and Egyptian gods in a hybrid Egyptian Roman African style. Roman historians record the skirmishes and treaties which marked the relationship of Roman Egypt and Nubia. Meroe had existed as the capital of Kush since the 4th century. It is possible that the kingdoms of Kush and Nubia were one and the same, as there seems to be some confusion among historians as to whether there is a distinct entity for each. Kush Nubia was one of the oldest, if not the oldest, kingdom of the Nile River. Kush was the name of one of the sons of Ham, brother to the founder of Egypt, Mizraim. Although was an important city in ancient times, it was mentioned but not visited by Herodotus. The only things that remain today are ruins of temples and many pyramids. In the Ethiopian highlands bordering the Red Sea was the Kingdom of Aksum from about 500 BC. This was a fabulously wealthy trading center for Africa, India, and the Near East. Historians believe that the Aksumites were a mixture of Cushites and Arabians. You'll find Aksum also spelled, well, Aksum, AXUM, also spelled AKSUM. As there is little, if any, evidence of advanced civilization in sub Saharan Africa at this time, it is most likely that the movement of people into the jungles of Africa was a slow process due to the diseases of such a hostile environment. But many legends state that King Solomon had mines in Central Africa. And of course, we have the account in the Bible of his ships bringing gold and apes and peacocks in 1 Kings 10:22 and 2 Chronicles 9:21. In northern Africa, we have many tribal peoples living along the shores of the Mediterranean. One of the most noteworthy are the Libyans, also called Cyrenians. Although populations have long been moving into the South Pacific Islands, there was still not established civilization there at the time of this study, at this time of study, sorry. Some historians even state that the Maori didn't enter New Zealand until 1000 AD or thereabouts, so there is little to mention other than archaeological classifications of primitive hunters, fishers, and primitive farmers. Now, let's move to the Middle East. With the revolt by the Maccabees, Jewish rebels who overthrew one of the successors to Alexander's empire, Antiochus IV, the Jews had fully established their independence by 143 BC. The Seleucid Empire was named after one of the Alexander's generals, Seleucus, who established his own empire from Babylon in 312 BC. In the time between the Old and the New Testament, this empire slowly waned until the Roman leader Pompey made what was left of the Seleucid Empire the Roman province of Syria in 63 BC. Egypt, which had been ruled by the Ptolemaic dynasty of the descendants of Alexander's general Ptolemy, also became a Roman tributary. Its most famous ruler, Cleopatra IV, has been the subject of many works of fictions as the seductress who knew Julius Caesar and Mark Antony. Fascinating to read in Plutarch's Lives about her. Um, so she was literally right off of a Hollywood movie set. I mean, the way she's characterized. Next, we're going to talk about Rome. We have a lot to say about Rome, and then Rome, Judea, Christ, and the Caesars. So that's going to be a couple of sessions. So I thank you for watching today. I hope you'll dig into your studies and learn about these places and these people. They should not be forgotten. They're important. All right. Thank you.